Are you looking for a free and open source AI data analyst, letting anyone on your team chat with your data warehouse? Nao is the open source analytics agent builder designed around one idea. Agent reliability comes from context engineering. Instead of bolting a chatbot onto your warehouse, Nao lets your data team build the agent context like a file system. Schemas, DB model, metrics, docs, and rules. Unit test its reliability, and then deploy a chat UI where anyone in the company can ask questions in plain English and get trustworthy answers. It's warehouse agnostic and model agnostic, and your users can even query it from Slack, Teams, or WhatsApp. We'll get into everything it can do in the overview. Nao's self-hosted version is free and fully featured. You bring your own LLM key and only pay for token consumption. There's a managed cloud plan at $500 per month with unlimited users, and an enterprise plan adding SSO, role-level security, and white labeling. Since Nao is open source, you can self-host it for free by following the official documentation, or use a platform like ours, Elestio, to deploy it seamlessly on your server or the cloud provider of your choice. We handle the installation, backups, updates, and ongoing maintenance for you. To start using Nao on our platform, head to ls.io and click on Login. Then deploy my first service, search for Nao, choose between the different cloud providers available, the regions, and the service plan, the number of CPU or RAM you want. Then next, on the final screen you can rename your service, adjust more advanced configuration, and choose between the different level of support we provide. The first one is free and included by default. Once you're all good, hit the Create Service button. Once the installation is finished, you receive this email telling you that your new service is ready. Here you have links to access the UI, but you also have instructions on how to get started using Nao, how to configure your LLM key, and the fact that a demo dataset is included, as well as instructions to connect your own data. But we will follow them together. So let's follow the Get Password link. We arrive on Elestio administration dashboard to manage our Nao service. Copy the password to the clipboard and follow the admin UI link. Type your credentials and log in. We land on the chat interface, but the first thing we need to do is to configure a model. So we can click on the button and it opens the settings and the LLM configuration. This is model agnostic, which means you can use the AI provider and model you want. It doesn't mean you will have the exact same results based on the model you choose. Some are faster, some are cheaper, but it's good that you have the full choice. Here I will use OpenAI. I type my API key. By default it is GPT 5.5, but if ever I wanted to use the most up-to-date, which now is 5.6, I could type it here, but I will stick to that and save. Now I'm all good. We can go back to the main interface with the different chat, the ChatGPT-like interface. And in the mail we received, there are some examples we can use, or you can just chat with the data to learn about it. Let's start with how many customers do we have. Right now it's doing its magic. We can see the different steps it's taking, different actions. It's thought, search into the database, found it, made an SQL request, and we have 100 customers. Then let's try what are the top 5 customers by lifetime value. And here it is. This time, because it's more complex than a single number, it's returning an array, a table with the rank, the name of the customer, its ID, and its lifetime value, perfectly answering to what I asked and replying with a well-formatted answer compared to simply outputting it as text. And let's try a last one. Show me the monthly order trend. All right, doing its magic. And here we are. We have a lovely chart showing us the orders across the different months. This time it's a graph before a table and then a single number. It's adapting the complexity and way of formatting the answer appropriately. And on top of that, it's giving us a summary. Monthly orders peaked in March at 35, after January had 29, and February had 27. Perfect for data analysts. You can also pick the tables you want to discuss. So here we have the plus button, and you have upload image, database tables, story mode, skills. Let's start with database tables, and you have the list of tables that are available by default. Let's say we want to use customers, and let's simply ask how many ordered only once. And we have the answer, 33 customers ordered only once. You can expand it, it's showing you the request did, so a simple count. But let's say we want to retrieve all these customers and have an export of them to be able to mail them or do anything. We can try, can you export them into CSV? It's currently preparing the CSV. Perfect. We have the output of the CSV, and on the top right you have a copy or directly a download button for downloading your CSV. You can also prepare skills for questions, operation you find that you are doing often. If you go to skills, here we have top customers. So if we hit enter, we have this skill already that will run. Here it did its magic, the skill being a prompt. I will show you later on how we can create other skills. But let's continue exploring the features of here, the chat UI. We have the story mode. To see what it does, we can use a very simple prompt like show me data. Enter and it will start creating a story. Alright, and now on the right you have a nice rendered markdown with data. Here are the key metrics, monthly performance with different graphs, order status, good to track the one that are returned and the one that are pending return, compared to how many were completed. You have the different payment methods, as well as the top customers. A clear overview of the data available, a very nice synthesis. If for any reason it's not out of the box in the story you like, you can ask modification in the chat or do them manually. By clicking on edit, here I'm able to reorder things, to edit it manually, or you have the markdown edition syntax, giving you full power over it. You can turn it into a live story. If you enable live mode, it's not only the data that gets updated, but the analysis around it when you keep the default regenerate the narrative. Let's save it. When you click on the three dots, you have analytics showing you who viewed it, how many downloads, forks, favorites, and refreshes. And you can also share it with the share option, either to the entire project or specific people. If you share into the entire project, let's do it. Okay, done, and you can also copy the link. But once it's shared, it will appear in the stories here. So we have anyone from the team that have access to this project will be able to see our story. And because it is live, it will be updated weekly, monthly, with the accurate data and data analysis. In the feed section, we can create automations. If you click on the plus, you can create it based on a schedule or via webhook. On schedule, let's say you want to run it every month or every day, whatever. Let's name it worst monthly employee to find who does the less sales. Pick the worst sales employee with the less orders this month and send him a warning. Of course, this is an example you never have to do in a real scenario. And to be able to do it, for example, sending the warning, you can connect tools or MCP. So you can connect email, Slack, or also MCP if it needs to access other messaging tools, but also to have access to data or anything. Let's create the automation. Let's run it now, otherwise we have to wait for the end of the month. If we go to feed, we can see it's currently running it. it won't be able to send anything because I didn't connect it to a mailing tool. We have the result. I could not identify or warn a worst sales employee because they have no employee salesperson is in the database, but you have the idea on what you are able to achieve. And in the feed, you will see all your automations that run, and on the right, all the automations that are enabled. All right, now you might want to add your own team and data. Starting with the team, by default, sign up is self-disabled. Is disabled. You have instructions in the mail on how you can let them sign up by themselves, but consider it only if you secure your instance to a private network. Otherwise, in the settings, organizations, and add the member, here you can invite the different member. Jen@test.com. You enter its name, Jane Doe. Add a member. You generate a password for it. And you can also adjust its role. So edit user, admin user, or viewer. Now to import data and add your skills, it's not in the chat UI we saw. It lives on the server side. In the mail we send you, as well as the official documentation, you have multiple options to do it. For a one-off operation, when you import data with a local file, you have option A, or option B if you connect your real warehouse. Both solutions requiring you to run commands. I will show you how. In Elestio dashboard, you have tools. You can use the terminal, but you can also use VS Code, which allows you to browse the data, upload files, as well as open a nested terminal. Copy the password, open it, type your credentials, submit, and here you are. You can browse the files of your app, open a terminal and run the commands from here. So from now, simply follow the instructions. What I wanted to show you is how you can create a skill. So if you go to contacts, this is where your app lives. You have in agent skills, and you have one file, one skill. So top customers, the one we saw. You see it's an MD file, classic for a skill. You can simply create a new file and create a new skill. Back to now, instead of using the UI, you can turn on the MCP on your Nao instance. By enabling an MCP endpoint, you can talk to your data from outside, and they provide guides for you to set this up with your favorite AI provider. In usage and costs, you can see detailed analytics of the messages down to now. And it's split by providers, period, and platform. In our case, we only used the web platform. Unfortunately, the white label option is only with the enterprise license, allowing you to change the logo, the application name, and the brand color. As always, I highly recommend you to check the documentation for features I didn't cover in this video that could be useful to you. Link in the description below. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed discovering Nao with us. Please hit the like button to help our channel be more visible to other open source lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss our next platform overviews. If you want to continue your open source journey, watch this video, available here.